Now Fred the Reindeer is a legend in the South. Never heard of Fred Deer? Well, sit down and shut your mouth. Wow! You see, Santa had been flying, but Rudolph was getting tired. Woo! So Santa told him to rest and warm up by the fire. Now crew number 2 was you-know-who, and Fred always tried his best. So Santa told him to lead, 'cause he was faster than all the rest. He climbed aboard and whipped the reins, intending to make his second pass. But when he snapped the reins, they slapped Fred right on the ass. Yeah! Yeah, Fred took off like a bat out of hell, and he was doing good there for a spell. But then Comet farted and the sleigh began to swerve. Oh no, no, no! Santa ducked and covered, almost got hit by a reindeer turd. What came next was the funniest thing I ever heard. Yeah, Fred the whacked-out reindeer leading the sleigh that night always blamed his mother, said his antlers were on too tight. You know, everyone loves Fred, but you could tell something just wasn't right. So if you see someone flying sideways, might be Fred if I'm right. Fred never was much for flying high, 'cause he was scared of heights. But he liked to fly upside down, always got tangled in the lights. Santa gave a tug and tried to flip him over just to help set him upright. But Fred just kinda hung there like a saggy old broken kite. As Santa came into town that day, he pulled back on the rein. Fred was just being Fred, he didn't mean no pain. Fred slipped right through the collar and down on the ground. Now when you're going that fast, there's no way to slow down. So Fred did what Fred always does and slid his ass right into town. Now when Fred's hit the ground, he let out a loud ouch sound. And as he skidded through a red light, his ass hit a big speed bump. This launched Fred right back in the air with a heartfelt grunt. Over Santa the sleigh in fields of hay, you could hear him all the way. Well, yo, look, no hands! As Santa regained control and set the sleigh straight. Fred knew he was done for, yeah, he knew his fate. By the time they landed back at the shop, Fred knew he was dead because he couldn't stop. But when Santa opened the trunk, he gave Fred a smile. Fred just laid there and grinned, bunched up in a big old pile. Well, Fred being Fred, a Fred that wasn't dead, jumped out and started back up the aisle. So with a ho, ho, ho and a little whoa, Santa suggested that Fred take a break for a while. Yeah, Fred the whacked-out reindeer leading the sleigh Christmas night always blamed his mother, said his antlers were on too tight. You know, everyone loves Fred, but you could tell something just wasn't right. So if you see someone flying sideways, might be Fred.